Hello, Libra. Thank you so much for tuning in to Reflexive Moon Challenge. Reflexive Moon Tarot. I really appreciate you all checking out my channel here. So, first off, I would like to acknowledge that YouTube is situated on the unceded territories of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples, and I really think it's important that we acknowledge the ways in which we're implicated in the displacement of peoples as we entertain ourselves and also try and make money doing so. So, with that, let's get into this reading for the new moon in Capricorn. So, we're channeling some, grounded and hardworking energy to go along with the way that we set our intentions for the next lunar cycle. So with that, let's get into this reading for Libra. Okay, so you're doing some soul searching work that is, grounding work, basically, centered in grounding yourself on some level, coming to terms with, being ready and knowing your worth, seeing your value, the way that you have the capacity to lead the way, light the way for others, as the Hermit usually does. But it's all about seeing sort of the light at the end of the tunnel as well. Maybe you've been doing this for some time, figuring out how to recognize and acknowledge your awesomeness for the most part. And coming together, within yourself, doing that shadow work where you're embracing and accepting all that encompasses you. Both dark and light, good and bad. Ooh, we got the Ten of Pentacles here. So overlooking the situation, like you are on the road to into developing your health, wealth, like basically building a legacy for yourself. Building a legacy that, is sort of squashing and doing away with it's founded on hardships, doing away with hardships and allowing your hardships to be the foundation for your success. That is key to the Ten of Pentacles, I believe. And the Ten of Pentacles is like fostering and creating generational wealth, building a legacy, creating a name for yourself. So that's what's overlooking the situation. That's what you're doing right now. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So you may be having a little bit of issues with hoarding your wealth. Like you may be pinching your pennies a little bit too much, or just understanding that there are going to be some risks associated with your investments, and making sure that the people that you have surrounding you are not are not using you for your money. This could also be you really trying to create your wealth through clinging on to somebody else. You may have some issues with being a little bit clingy in your money. Like if, for example, you're more this person than this person. So coming from a place where you don't have anything, don't even really have enough to feed yourself, for example, and just really sort of hanging on to somebody who's cheap. Who's cheap with you. So I think that's sort of like where you need to look at if you're going to complete this process and come out of your hermit phase. Hermit in terms of like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're isolating yourself and that you're not around anybody. You could be. I mean, we are coming out of lockdowns at this time. But just breaking out of your shell and really being your true authentic self. And seeing that this ability to create wealth for yourself is 100% within your capacity. It's just a matter of grounding this energy and finding balance, being more independent versus dependent, and especially dependent on somebody who's cheap with you. Why? You know what I'm saying? So let's see, the Hierophant. So contracts, marriage, that's something that you were considering in your past. But there's also just something about having somebody subscribe to your beliefs that might have been an issue for you, or just something that you were trying to manifest. I don't know if that's always the best idea, but sometimes you just have to, sometimes in situations like you really have to do some work to try to get people to see your way, or you're just really trying to get somebody to see your value, that your beliefs and values are worth subscribing to. And I don't know, like it's the other person's choice. So that may have not really worked out for you in the past. But you are, faith seems to be very important for you. And also accountability. Like when you think about the Hierophant and contracts, like upholding the contracts that you make, the commitments that you make to people, that's really important. Whether they're actually written on paper or something that you sign, or just something that you voluntarily decide to uphold your worth and maintain your commitments. Both are equally valid. Okay, so it looks like there isn't going to be any issues with grief, or in your near future, you're not really going to be dealing with any conflicting grief or betrayal. Whoever you've committed to won't betray you on any level. So that's always good. Being able to trust people and not feel confident that nobody's going to hurt you intentionally is certainly not a bad thing. Despite, how cheap they may be with you. I shouldn't laugh. Sorry. And look at you, feeling all good about yourself, connecting with nature, getting grounded, continuing this hermit work, staying on the path of growth, and just being full of an idea that you allow to gestate and flourish. This could be an actual child, or it could just be an idea, some ideas that you have going on that you're just trying to foster and grow before you manifest them into reality. Oh, this one wants to come out. So it's tricky. I'm having a hard time seeing whether or not this is upright or reversed. So we'll just read both ways. So within your environment, we have the Ten of Cups reversed, which basically means that you need to, so if we put it this way and read it both ways, either your environment is, I feel like you just need to decide whether or not your environment is full of the love and wish fulfillment that you want it to be. Are you just sort of walking the line of being satisfied in that regard, or do you really feel like your environment is full of love and joy and the ability to foster, sort of that family vibe, that love and that level of commitment, the level of love that goes with the level of commitment of family bonds? Or is it not the case? Your environment is lacking the love that satisfies your idea of what family is. So that's something that you're going to have to decide, Libra. And it kind of makes sense that this is coming out, you being the scales. So it looks like it's either balanced, or you have to decide whether or not that is the case. So use your fabulous powers of logic and reason, Libra. Activate your critical thinking skills. And, that's some really great goal setting that you may want to take into mind as well. Take into consideration with this new moon in Capricorn. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is you or a person in your life that you hope to manifest, who has an uncanny ability to nurture on an emotional level, who is just full of love and wants to spread the love and hold everyone up with their abundant amounts of love. So this also could be you. Maybe you want to be recognized on that level. That is also a hope that can go along with that. But either way, it is a beautiful force that you want to see manifesting in your life. And it looks like you are very hindered. The final outcome is this, this focus is kind of on getting work. Finding work, or finding work that you enjoy. Maybe work is where you get this satisfaction in what you do. You're very, it kind of makes sense being the sort of mind-centered person that you are. Very focused. Your sense of love might be very much connected to your stratification on some level. How you make your money, what you're doing when you're making your money, how much money you make, how much money you need. That's definitely something that's on your mind. All the details that are within cultivating health and career and wealth. So you're not here yet. You need to turn this 8 upright. This could be finding work. It could also mean just being happy with what you're doing in work. And being happy with what you do in the sort of boring tasks, or the big pile of things that encompass everything that you are doing within your career. And then we have some voices. So I feel like this speaks to what you need to pay attention to and what you need to ignore. Number 45. So 45-degree angle comes to mind, if that resonates with you on some level. Let's see here. It's sort of like the halfway point between standing upright and laying down. So I would say like you're halfway there. And you're also walking the line between experiencing verbal abuse. So I really think that you should focus on this relationship and what it means to you. And any kind of work that you all need to, if you're in a relationship, whatever kind of work you need to do to get yourself to this place. You may have some guilt that you're dealing with as well, a guilty conscience. Criticism that is not constructive might be something that you're subjecting yourself to. So you could be very hard on yourself unnecessarily. And you may also be hearing things. This could also speak to actual auditory. I don't like using the term auditory hallucinations. It's kind of an ableist. It's not like, it's sort of like the violence of pathology. And you may be like on the brink of a period of isolation, just wanting to retreat on some level. So really, I think you need to focus on taking care of yourself, Libra. This is not in your best interest, or you can't, like, it's not a good idea to just isolate yourself and steer away. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. The things that may trigger hearing stuff or issues with paranoia or just psychic tendencies for some people, if we're going to take a mad positive approach as well and allow for all possibilities. But sometimes drug-induced schizophrenia can be an issue. Yeah. So whatever medicine you're using whatever medicine you're consuming is not working for you. So I'm not a doctor, but whatever, like you either need a new antidote or some type of solution. Whatever medicine is for you that works, you need to explore what that is. And with ear, we have, what is that, number 9. So number 9 came up again. Number 9 was came through with Scorpio as well. Different deck though. So being aware of your situations and listening to others and really taking what they have to say to heart. And really honoring your femininity and the power that brings you. So I really think that you need to tap into some goddess energy, focusing on this shadow work and understanding that you're it. Like you have this. You have, like, your feminine power has the ability to manifest these coins. You are the Empress. So really channeling that Empress energy, even like look up what the Empress represents and do some work that way. So with that, Libra, thank you so much for checking out this read. And yeah, I hope to see you again. I hope you check it out again for the next lunar phase for the full moon. I'll be doing some readings as well. And if this does resonate, please do hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll